Today guys, we're actually going to be weighing the vet, seeing how much she weighs. This is a huge day for me. We're gonna go weigh the vet on some regular scales, but I thought it would be cool before we actually go and get into that if we came to the certified cat scales. Now these are the scales at your normal everyday truck stop. We're right off the I-20 corridor. Today we're gonna see exactly what the difference is between these cat certified scales and real race car scales. 4 scales under each tire. We're gonna take 2 different tests. Now, the first test is gonna be the car sitting on 1 scale only. These scales back here have multiple scales for different axles for all these big trucks behind me. But we're gonna take a second test where basically we're gonna put the front axle of the vet on the front axle scale and then the rear axle of the vet back on the rear scale to see if we can get a weight percentage out of it. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, but we're here to find out. So get this thing unloaded. Oh yeah, follow me on YouTube at Next Shift, as if you aren't already on Next Shift YouTube. So while you're here, make sure you go on and click that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and all these truckers are just gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
Turns out that guy didn't even get fuel. I was sitting there watching.
Honestly, this is like a huge day for me because we have done so much work to this vet. We've added like 175 pounds worth of cage, but we've also took out a whole bunch of weight. We 4-linked the damn thing. This thing is just absolutely insane. It's like no other Corvette on earth. So I really don't know like what to expect. I'm hoping it's sub 3,000 pounds. I don't even know if the cat scales are gonna actually be accurate. I guess we'll know when we go put it on the accurate drag scales at my buddy's house. Don't mind me, just doing race car thing. Hello. Hello. I would like a 3-piece, bone-in, honey chipotle.
Press it firmly.
Good afternoon. First weigh or reweigh?
I'm sorry?
Are you trying to weigh your vehicle?
Yes. It's just on the drive axle. I'm really curious to see what this does compared to regular drag scales. I really have no idea. Hey, this is like kind of a sickening moment for me, because if it's like sub 3,000 pounds, I'm gonna be so happy, but if it's above 3,000 pounds, I'm really not gonna be as happy. But it's
alright, sir, I've got you on the way. Go ahead and pull off the scale.
He said he's got it ready. We're gonna go in and get our ticket real quick. Yep. Hey, actually, I need to talk to him one more time. Hey, I'm gonna move the car forward. Can you scale it for me one more time, the front and the drive axle? I'm gonna move it forward real quick.
Okay.
Don't want to add a couple extra hundred on there.
Alright, yes ma'am, it's ready now. Alright, so as y'all can see, this is a scale and then that's a scale. So we have the rear axle sitting on the drive scale, and then we have the front axle sitting on a whole different scale. So maybe this might give us some sort of weight percentage. Really don't know. That's kind of why you scale race cars, is to come up with some kind of weight percentage, front versus rear. That way you know how to set up the car. You know how to set up the car suspension, how the car is going to act. The list goes on and on. So maybe weighing it this way, we can get some sort of weight percentage. So here in just a little bit, whenever we get on the other scales, it's going to give us a for sure percentage. Maybe if we take this, do a little bit of math, we can get kind of close and know our front to rear percentage, if this works like I think it might. We'll see in just a second.
This is where El Chapo weighed his drugs at.
For real?
Sure.
Well, they said they got our weight, so we're gonna go in there and grab our tickets real quick, and it's the moment of truth. Alright, cut. Alright, so we got our tickets. I told the lady at the cashier not to show us the tickets because I'm trying to guess the weight of the vet. I don't even know if it's gonna be accurate, but what is your guess, honestly? I'm gonna tell you it weighed 3,005 pounds last year with heat, AC, power steering, 2 6-way power adjustable seats. The ice tank held like 7 gallons of water, had 2 fuel tanks in the back. Then we added like 180-ish pounds worth of 25.5 cert cage. We went completely 4-link suspension. Most of the brackets and stuff on that 4-link are actually mild steel because we didn't want to weld chromoly to the frame of the car. We wanted it all to be mild steel. We thought it would be stronger. So I'm gonna say my guess for the car. This is what I'm hoping, dear God. 2837 is my guess. I don't know which one of these tickets is which. Oh, that's the 2. Look. 2920. 29. Look, okay, so apparently the cat scales tells us we are sub 3,000 pounds, which is a big accomplishment. We added 180 pounds worth of cage to the car, and we still dropped weight versus what we were. So we were at 3,005 pounds. We're at 2,920 is what this says. If that's accurate, I don't know. Here's the other ticket. So the other ticket, this is the front. So we're obviously front heavy, and this is our drive axle, which is 1380 front. It's 1520 to come out with a 2,900 pound. So we're 20 pounds off. The scale read 20 pounds lighter, sitting on 2 different scales than one. Here, help me do some math real quick. All right, so right now, based off of what the cat scales have told us, we're 52.5% front, 47.5% rear. So now it's time to actually go get on the real drag scales and see what those do in comparison to what these cat scales have shown us today. Honestly, 2,900 pounds ain't bad though. Like, and it could be off. What if we like, it's off the wrong way and then we get somewhere and it's actually like 3,400 or I'll be like, all right, unstrap it, just let it roll out of the trailer going down the road. Street car. Can you see me? Driving to Ian's house, so we weigh this thing. We may or may have not unloaded this thing up the road in the trailer, maybe. Can't tell you all that. Well, we have landed. Time to get this thing scaled out the right way. I'm really curious to see if this is the same or even close to what a cat scale does. All right, the scales are zeroed out. We're gonna let it down, see what it reads. You ready? Yep. Here, show the scale.
I'm off up.
Me too. Ooh, 2889. I'm a little more happy with that. We're sub 2,900 pounds, guys. Holy shit. Wow. All right. Dang. Well, the cat scales were close though, because here's our single cat receipt. It shows we were 2,920, so we're a total of 31 pounds off. Is that right? 31 pounds total difference between the cat scale in Minden, Louisiana at the Love's Truck Stop versus the race weight scale. This is what you actually use to scale the drag car. Hey, how do we get a percentage? I think I found it. Ah, these have got to be our fronts right here. This 1426 and this 1461. And this should be our rear. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with how close the percentage was from the cat scale versus the actual drag scale, because see, we wrote our percentages down here earlier and we had a percentage of 47.5 on the rear and 52.5 on the front. So right here it says rear, we're at 47.6, so that's 0.1% off. And then on the rear, it's almost 2% off, a little bit less than 2%. All in all, guys, if you wanted to be able to actually just go scale your car at a cat scale, I would say go for it. It might be just a little bit off, but it's not gonna be completely off. It's gonna be pretty daggum close. This right here is $1,500 for this and that. It's $1,500 to $2,000 depending on which ones you get. That is $12. That's how much this costs. So this is why we did this video, is because for the people who can't afford to go buy a $1,500, $2,000 set of race car scales, they can go spend $12 at the cat scales and actually get a semi-accurate measurement. But I'm still pretty stoked. I'm not even gonna lie that the car is actually sub 2,900 pounds. So we're at 2889. She's really gonna fly. We shaved 120 pounds off the car and added 180 pounds worth of cage at the same time. We've been putting in work, guys. We have done the absolute most to try to make this car as light and still streetable as possible. We're full race trim right now. The tank's full of fuel. It's got an alternator on the car. Went ahead and did that yesterday. Me and Poe actually made this bracket. Y'all check out Poe's channel if you haven't already. This little bracket right here, we made this yesterday, and the alternator actually bolts to the front of the timing cover. Went and got that built from O'Reilly's. Pretty easy. Took us a couple hours. Well, 2889. It's pretty light.
That's all I need to beat on weight.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of shit back in my. We're gonna have a sound system in my car.
Let's see what the weight percentage is with me in it. Hold on, let me get my drive position. Is it front left heavy, front right heavy?
Still real close. Still real close. Within 2%.
Well, there you have it. Now y'all know how much my Corvette weighs. With full interior, besides this panel right here, I made these. It's got carpet, 2 seats, got CO2. It ain't got an intercooler, because cool kids don't run an intercooler. And it's got power windows, still has all of the speakers in the door and everything like that. I plan on putting like an amplifier behind the dash so I can still listen to music, be like a Bluetooth amplifier. But Yeah, that's how much the vet weighs. 3,061 pounds with me in it. 2889 without me in it. I'm pretty happy with that.